thought it was time for another roundup of charity shop finds. So here's a look at everything I found since the last video. This is ABBA and Voulez-Vous. It's a remastered version. I also found the Live at the BBC from the Beatles, and this is, I think, a later reissue. Comes with a booklet. It's across 2 CDs, and with it was the second volume, so 4 CDs in total. Very pleased with that. They were £1 each. Bruce Springsteen, Darkness at the Edge of Town. Some people have said that is his best album. More Bruce. This cost £2.50, but it's 3 CDs. It's called the Essential Collection, and it also comes with a bonus disc of kind of rare material as well. So I thought that was worth having. Chris Rea, Dancing with Strangers. I'm slowly working my way through his catalogue. Clanad. I wasn't too sure whether I'd like this. It's an anthology of their stuff up to 1989. This is £1. Includes their duet with Bono. Count Basie, April in Paris. And then 3 Cure albums. 3 Imaginary Boys. There was the Staring at the Sea singles anthology, which turns out I already have. And a set called Mixed Up, which is remixes and extended versions. George Winston, Summer. This is solo piano music. He did a series of these following the seasons, and he did one just for December. Very kind of wistful, relaxing, but not bland piano music. Hazel O'Connor, Sons and Lovers. Not entirely sure if it's my cup of tea, but again, worth a go. Herbie Hancock, Headhunters, classic kind of jazz fusion album. A couple of Jackson Browns. This is Solo Acoustic Volume 1. Unfortunately, no Volume 2. But I did find Jackson Brown Running on Empty. I think these were all £1. Batch of Joan Armour Tradings. Square the Circle. There is the circle being squared. Hearts and Flowers. A live in concert album called Stepping Out. And This Charming Life, which I have to say has a pretty horrible design. Right, moving those aside and carrying on. Julia Fordham and Swept. Julian Cope, very rarely seen in charity shops. This is My Nation Underground. I was expecting this to be a kind of 80s disaster, but it's actually a very strong album. Very pleased with that one. Kate Bush, The Whole Story, £1. It's a 1986 compilation. It's obviously not the whole story. It wasn't even the whole story at the time because it misses lots of singles, but you do get a new vocal on Wuthering Heights and Experiment 4, which wasn't on any other albums. Meatloaf, Dead Ringer. A Medicine Head compilation called 1 and 1 is 1. Mike Oldfield, 5 Miles Out. I keep picking up Mike Oldfield albums. Not particularly sure how much I like him. Family Man is not great, a bit of a kind of 1980s production mess, to be honest. I like the cover, at least. Nana Muscuri, Passport. This was 50p, and there's a lot on that. A lot of covers: Bridge Over Troubled Water, Amazing Grace. And it's sort of easy listening, but I do like her voice. Neil Young, Silver and Gold. I really like this. It's a kind of acoustic album. It might be his last really great album, I would say. And that is from the year 2000. The Notting Hill Hillbillies. This was a Mark Knopfler, Dire Straits kind of side project. Had high hopes for this, expecting more like a more folky Dire Straits, but actually I wasn't keen. As a kind of irritating kind of bluesy pub rock dimension to it. It's just not for me, really. Pure by the Primitives. Kind of indie pop, not without appeal. Rod Stewart, Every Picture Tells a Story, the classic album. If you only ever have one Rod Stewart album, get this one. A lot of the classics on there: Maggie May, Mandolin Wind, and Reason to Believe. Saint Etienne, Good Humour, £1. Sharon Shannon, Out the Gap. This is accordion music, instrumental, kind of traditional music. Sonic Youth, another band I don't see much in the charity shops. This is Evol, I think from about 86. Sons and Daughters, Love the Cup. I think that's kind of Scottish indie pop. The and Soul Mining. I have this on cassette with a much better cover, a sort of imaginative artwork. It's really disappointing that they took that away for this CD. I think this originally came in a slipcase where you had the other cover shown as well, but it's still a great album, but just a far inferior cover to the original. Van Morrison, A Sense of Wonder. This isn't one you see very often, so pleased to pick that up. And X-Ray Specs, Germ-Free Adolescence, a sort of classic punk album. Again, rarely seen. And then finally, just a few compilations. So this is called Incredible, Sound of Drum and Bass mixed by Goldie. Then there is Can You Dig It? The Music and Politics of Black Action Films, 1968 to 75. Some really interesting stuff on this. 2 CD set. Very pleased with that one. That was £1. Another great set, double set. This is And We'll All Have Tea, English folk anthology. You got Richard Thompson, Maddie Pryor, Shirley Collins, Ewan McCall. Pretty comprehensive folk set. That was also £1 for the 2 CDs. And finally, Clueless, the original film soundtrack. I love the film. I think it's from about 95. Love the film. Some interesting things on there. There's you get Well Party doing All the Young Dudes. There's an acoustic version of a Radiohead track. There's Lightning Seeds, Supergrass. Some good stuff on there. So that's it. My recent-ish charity shop finds.